we marry, we won't have problems with childbirth, we won't have problems with fertility issues. Then now we married and then the child is not coming. So after 6, I started praying in that direction, that God, let the children, when I finished upper 6 and I was waiting for results, I started praying that the children I give birth to will be intelligent. They will be more intelligent than me. So, if you have not started praying this kind of prayers, the good news I have for you is that God says that 1,000 years is like one day, and day is like 1,000 years. So, don't worry that you have made all this time, you can catch up. But prayer is the thing. Prayer is the thing. It's not something that should be entered unadvisedly. It has eternity implications. It affects your families. Once you get married, your family and her family have become one people. You've now become one big family. Even when you die and go to heaven, you go and meet your mother-in-law, you go and meet your father-in-law. All because you decided to bind yourself up with this person. And so, it is not something, I'll say it over and over and over again, it's not something that should be entered unadvisedly. You should greatly think about it. One thing, I want to say now before I forget, your parents matter. You go and bring this girl and your mother stays no. Don't take true. Or you go and bring this man, your mother says, I don't agree. Many years ago, somebody gave me a proverb that what an old woman can see when she's sitting on a chair, if you climb a tree, you won't see. What an old lady will see when she's sitting on her chair, when you climb a tree, you won't see the thing coming. If they don't agree, find a way of getting them to agree. Get them to understand. Get them to have a dialogue, have a discussion. An important quality you should look for, of course, we should look for somebody who is Christian. But very importantly, look at how the person relates with people around. See how they talk to their mother, see how they talk to their father, see how they talk to their brother and sister, see how they talk to their friends. Because all those shower, they'll give you the best possible character, best possible behavior, best possible everything. But how does he talk to his parents? How does he talk to his younger brother, his younger sisters? How does he talk to his friends? When he's amongst his friends, how is the relationship like with how is he talks to his friends? You are looking for somebody who is God-fearing. You are looking for somebody whose interactions with people around are good. But you should also look for somebody who you can talk to. Somebody who understands your level of thinking, understands your level of argument, understands when you are talking, the person can appreciate what you are talking about. I don't know whether I'm getting So for example, let me give examples. I mean, not, for example, I have a patient. They were in SS together, and they decided to be boyfriend, girlfriend, SS. Then they wrote the BEC. The girl did very well, the boy didn't do well. So the girl is now in university. The boy is in the house. So the girl says, now you're not my level. You're not my level. Because when I'm talking about university thinkings, you cannot relate. No, so you should have somebody, it should be somebody you can be on the same wavelength with, somebody you can talk with, somebody who understands when you say this, they understand what you're talking about. And not just academically, or not merely academically, but generally, the level of understanding, the way of thinking should flow around the same direction, same way. Try as much as possible to be in the same flow with the person. Or like sometimes people want to get somebody that they want to dominate. They want to be high up there and the person is low down there. It doesn't work. Because you need somebody who should challenge you and encourage you to progress. A person should be at the level to challenge you, encourage you to progress. Because the more you mix up with people, the more it's where you find yourself that helps your level of thinking. It's where you find yourself. If you find yourself in an environment of high thinking, you think high. If you find yourself in a level of somebody who is low, unambitious, just sitting in one place, you stay in one place. A friend of mine told me that when he was growing up in his village, one day, over here road construction. Why road construction now? Papa not to bulldozer. But bulldozer no go here, bulldozer no one because if I grow up I'll be a bulldozer driver. Because when bulldozer driver just said for him that was the highest thing. It's because of the environment in which he grew up. So if you mix yourself or you stay in an environment where you are right now, okay, I'm trying not to, but how far I have come, a lot is because my wife has been encouraging me. And how far she is too is because we have been pushing each other. At the point in time, me, I was giving up. You know me, I'm two directions, soldier and then medical. So at the point in time, I decided that I'll concentrate on my military ranks and just stay in my military direction. But my wife would not allow me to do only soldier things and by force. And so right now, I am who I am. So you should have somebody who will motivate you, somebody who will encourage you, somebody who would push you. That where you are is not enough. Let's add something to yourself, improve upon yourself. Some people will marry people who will be annoying that all go school. Who sister no way? Where is your wife? Who sister? All go school. All go school. How about all go school? Then he's annoying. He's annoying. Because their wife will go school. And why is he worried? Why is he worried? Because Uncle School Nivea, Emperor should become more important, bigger than him. Let us stay in our level. So have some. So when you're not just looking out for somebody who is looking handsome, somebody who's actually looking at all these things. I'm not saying that appearances don't matter. Appearances matter. But you're looking for somebody who is godly. You're looking for somebody whose interaction with family and friends is telling you how they'll react with you when the two of you are left alone. We'll talk about the wedding. But the thing about the wedding is that when you have done the wedding, Saturday wedding, Sunday you have done dinner or something, and after the dinner, everybody is going. They'll go now come. To bed, which now always say, hey. It's never the talk. Oh, they all come for the wedding, but at the end of the day, they all go. And then, so look for somebody who will encourage you, somebody who will push you, somebody who is at the beginning, somebody that you can relate with, you can have a sensible conversation with. Oh, the men. You won't get somebody who understands football. That one day you won't get. Hardly ever will you get somebody who understands football. We've been married for 20 years. Because of that, she supports Liverpool. So somebody should continue. I'll leave her to take out from now. But let me say this. Another thing is that don't assume that you're in a relationship. Don't assume that you're in a relationship. brother and sister, they go on walk on one or two come up of a car. Every time they are together, then she'll bring him food. And they are always around together. They are always working together, up and down. Don't assume that until the two of you have that conversation that we want to be in a relationship. Don't assume that, so all this time you didn't see, all this time, mommy, sometimes brother will be with sister, sister is with another man. Why? But I'm happy. Oh, you're my brother. Oh, you're my Christian brother.
Brother in Christ.
And see, when we live on, there was this boy, man, boy, and a boy man. And on his sister been now, sister, and she said, if I say, when you obey man now, I say, obey man now so pen, or come back now. I say, I'm happy. Oh, you have said, when you be a book fellowship, you are fine, I say, or come, so, obey now. So, some pen, and I say, if you have only a fine boy, and I say, or come, back penny, and you're my cat.
I'll just chip in one or two things and then move forward. Can I get the volunteer to read some scripture? Philippians chapter 4, verse 6. Or somebody wants to quote it, if you know it, you can quote the scripture.
I have somebody who will read the scripture for us.
Yes, come for a microphone. So Philippians chapter 4, verse 6.
Philippians chapter 4, verse 6. Be careful for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. Amen.
So, other versions will say not to be anxious, be careful for nothing or not to be anxious. God knows. God set up the marriage idea right from the Garden of Eden, that a man shouldn't be alone. And he knows. And he says, don't worry, don't be anxious, but we should make our prayers known and be thankful about it. As women, sometimes we turn the idea of marriage into an idol. The society expects that to be a respectable woman, you should be married. So you're giving yourself pressure. So anyone, it's just to get married and have a wedding, that is it. But there's more after it. So just relax, trust God, pray about it. Some people started praying from Form 3. Me, no, I didn't start that early actually. But obviously we did all the hard work. Somebody was praying for me, so. But certainly, start praying now, and then trust God. He designed it. He knows. Don't be too anxious about it. Can you also read 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14?
2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness?
And Proverbs chapter 15, verse 16 to 17.
Proverbs chapter 15, verse 16 to 17. Better is little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure and trouble therewith. Better is dinner of herbs where love is than a stalled ox and hatred therewith.
Thank you. So don't be unequally yoked. And I think that is the number one quality. It's not possible for a true Christian to end up marrying somebody who is not a Christian. You need to share the faith. Well, it is physically possible, you can marry anyone like that. It's not advisable because that person is not going to help you. So your number one quality should be a godly person. So better is what? Little.
Yes.
Little, then what does it say?
With the fear of the Lord than great treasure and trouble therewith.
So I like rich men, but it's better to follow somebody who has little and has the fear of God than someone who has great treasures and wealth and not. So don't also be blinded by the flashy things. We all like rich men, but rather focus on a godly person. When I met Chrissy, he was not rich at all.
Okay.
But obviously he was a godly person. He mentioned some Gamsu things, and maybe that is what got to me. I need a godly person because I need to get to heaven. I need somebody who's going to kick me, drag me along. We are all going there. You see, so you need to get somebody who will encourage you. And I do not advise you go for somebody not part of your faith. Now, some people, they go to church. When you are filling a form, you have to fill your religion, isn't it? Christian. So that's not what makes you Christian. You know what makes you Christian. It's not just about coming to warm the pew. So get somebody you are on the same level with. And unfortunately, you can't change anybody. What you see is what you get. What you see is what you get. Don't go for somebody because you think you can change him, you can encourage him, you can mold him, you can make her, make the person Christian and all that to suit you. It doesn't work. Don't even try. You get frustrated. It's not going to work. Now, once you have decided on the person, you feel convinced about it. Make the bold step. Tell the person your intentions, and I hope your intentions to appeal. And this is a relationship intended to lead to marriage, and I think you should make that clear at the beginning. When my husband asked me, and I asked him what was his intentions, he said he wanted to go out with me, be in a relationship, and I said, to what end? And then he told me his end game, which was going to be marriage. So I had to think about this for a couple of weeks and get back to him. Because it sounded serious. Now, once you do start the relationship, you need to discuss the real issues in life. Certainly discuss your faith and make sure that this is a Bible-believing Christian, not a pew warmer. And that they have the same principles and philosophies. Maybe you believe that sex before marriage is sinful. And he thinks that, well, in this time it's okay. Apparently these days, it's normal, that's expected, everybody does it, we don't necessarily have to talk about it, but it's okay. God understands, and etc., etc. So you have to make sure that your values are the same. Somebody may profess to be a Christian, but he doesn't mind taking something he shouldn't take. He doesn't mind bending, I'm not saying breaking, but bending some rules. But you feel that is wrong. It's not going to work. So when you are there chatting, these are the kind of issues you want to talk about. What the person believes in, various scenarios, various principles in life. See how the person reacts, how the person deals with certain issues. You can't change the person. That is how they believe. That's what they believe in. You want to discuss things like, I'm not saying that talk about marriage, but sometimes some issue comes up you see a video on WhatsApp that a house help is maltreating somebody's children. You've seen that. Talking points. That's your cue to discuss each other's views on having a house help or a nanny. So I've met some men that this man said he does not believe in having house help. It's not going to work for him. So who is going to take care of the children and all that? So when you start talking about these things, you are just picking their mind and seeing the way things go. So you realize that this person, if you marry the person, he's not going to allow you to have a house help. If you are fine with that, go for it. But there are certain things that if you don't agree with it in principle, it's worry you. And I've seen it before. Some people got married and truly, it was a big case. He says he doesn't want a nanny. The woman figure it out. And I have no problem with a woman staying home, looking after the children. I think that is the best job for the woman. But I'm saying that these things, you should figure them out. Don't say, oh, we are talking in future when we marry. No. I'm just saying, when you hear issues on the radio, in the society, just intentionally pick the person's mind on that. Okay? As you are chatting, oh, today my big brother prepared some eggs to you. Then you say, oh, when's the last time you cooked something? You say, Then we don't go to the kitchen. So that tells you something. So don't marry this young man and expect him to go to the kitchen. You are not being fair to him. So these are the issues you need to find out in a very, I don't want to say cunning. It's not cunning. But these are the things you need to talk about. Otherwise, you'll be stuck with somebody and these things are surprises. Is this a man who expects you to do all the chores, who lift a finger? It's just a conversation that you pick his mind. Everyday conversation, certain things happen. And then you bring up a conversation. What are the person's thoughts with finances? What do they believe in? You can observe the person, how do they spend? They easily buy ice cream and pizza. Or the person saves and seems to buy, something worthwhile. They have a savings account or he just lives from hand to mouth. Does he always expect you to be paying for the trustee? He's telling you something. I'm telling you, you can't change people. You see, somebody now only has 100 cedis, but how he manages the 100 cedis is going to tell you how he's going to manage the 100,000 in future. What are his priorities? Is he somebody who is always going home, always focused on his mother? You should also be focusing on your mother. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but you've met this young man and you realize that his family is important to him. You get married and you tell him that he's spending too much time with his family, it's all about you now. I think you're not being fair. Open your eyes and see what is important to them. See their priorities so that you don't have any rude surprises. Pick their thoughts on all these issues. These are the things you want to be chatting about. Politics too can be very tricky. I'll probably not go there. Their future career goals, what they want to do and all that. But one thing I think you should discuss early is health issues. Probably right now, before you even thinking of looking for someone. It would be a good idea to check sickle cell, what else do they make us check before we go married? Is it HIV, sickle cell? Yes. So we were in a relationship throughout medical school, which is really long, 6-7 years. And then immediately we were done. We were just ready to hit the ground running. We've been waiting for too long. Then we come for marriage counseling quickly in a rush because we have to get married. And then the Nosopho will tell you to go and do sickle cell test, HIV test, after 7 years. So at that point in time, honestly, if you were me, and I was sickle cell, and we're both sickle cell or something not advisable, should we break up the relationship? No.
It'll be hard.
I don't think I would. Love conquers all. You see, at that time, when the love is deep, what is sickle cell? We'll handle it. So that is why now, even when you are 15, you are 19, you are 20, just know your status.
Emotional.
So I remember that in medical school, there was this couple, a Christian couple, they started dating. Within a matter of months, they broke up. I was wondering why. When I heard, apparently, they found that each of them carries one S. So they know the signs of it. So they know that in future they have a chance of giving birth to a sickle cell child. So they didn't let things go deep at all. So find it out now and keep that information in your back pocket. Then when you meet and you are chit-chatting, talk about health issues. If you are a sickle cell patient, there's no need to hide it. If you are just a carrier, so that's the stage to discuss it. So there and then when you've seen it, you know that you are in or out. It's not at the time when you fix the date, you are now going to discover somebody's sickle cell or HIV. And I'm not saying you can't marry somebody with HIV or sickle cell, but you should know what you are getting yourself into. There are lots of implications. It's not easy. So these are some of the issues you want to talk about. And once the relationship is going, I mean, a godly relationship, you want to pray together, Bible study, go to church together, all those things is encouraged, is helpful. I think it was used to make us go pray, and not in a corner, actually on the Dafa Park, some big football pitch in the middle of the, well, not in the middle, but in the evening. Lots of people used to go and pray on the field there. I don't think anything inappropriate can happen over there. But you know what I mean? If you are in the room alone, praying, anything can happen.
Yes.
You are only human. And the hormones are real. And when you meet somebody, you pick someone, it should be somebody you are attracted to. Yes. Don't pick somebody you are not attracted to. There was one young man, wonderful young man, but to be honest with you, I didn't like his fingernails. I just didn't like it. That's me. Okay. So I couldn't imagine that person getting close to me. So when he expressed his intentions, I said no. I'm not going to be able to change these fingernails. I mean, no, seriously, if it's in the middle of the night and I feel his fingernails, you need to go for somebody you are physically attracted to. And honestly, I see somebody and I say, oh, it's a handsome young man. But you will see the same person and it's not necessarily find the person attractive. So it's different for everybody. The person should be physically attractive. And when you are alone in the room praying together, before the prayer starts, anything can happen. So you need to do all this together, but in an appropriate circumstances. Okay? And then when you started the relationship and you single the person out, the Bible says that you should, 1 Corinthians 5:22, you want to stay away from the appearance of evil. Don't forget that people are watching you. A lot of people will tell you, oh, nothing is going on, nothing is going on. How do we know what is happening in the room? But you see, what other people think is also important. You will swear that before God and before man, you are not doing it. But you look very suspicious. So refrain from things that appear to, obviously refrain from things that are evil. But things that appear to be evil, you want to refrain that. Please can you read that for us? 1 Corinthians 5, verse 22. So for example, whilst we had made a commitment to each other, I had a male friend and we were quite close. I think we were friends even before my husband came on the scene. Then one day he even passed a comment. Then I asked him directly that, are you bothered by relationship with us? And from his reply, I realized that he was suspecting something. Or even if he's not suspecting something, he was unsure, or rather, he was uncomfortable about it. You see, you have made a commitment to someone and you think she's a bit too close there. So immediately I sensed that from him. I decided I knew before God and before man that it was a pure relationship. So I decided to put some distance because it's making him uncomfortable. And that is enough reason. And that is enough reason. You don't insist that this my relationship is pure, so I'm going on no matter how you feel. No. Your partner has rights to be exclusive with you. So I'm not saying that myself and that gentleman, we're no longer friends. We are still friends. But I put some distance. I didn't go and tell him, look, don't call me, no. I just know how to put some distance. So we used to hang around less and put some distance. And I think it was decent. You don't know who is watching, your own partner is watching, other people are watching you, thinking that the relationship is a bit compromised. And not only during courting, but during marriage. Some of us have work husbands and work wives. You are married, you have a ring on your finger, but at work you are too close with somebody. And if your partner is not comfortable with that, put some distance. If your partner is not comfortable with that, put some distance. Out of respect for your partner's feelings. There's nothing going on. But if he's not comfortable, why is it that this guy is always, he's around us, always coming home, always calling us, everything, you and him, it's too much. Respect your partner's feelings. Which one is more important to you? Your so-called pure friendship or your marriage? So sometimes, for the sake of how your partner feels, you need to put some distance there. Once you are courting, you are not married. You don't owe anybody. You are not bound to pay anybody school fees or give anybody chalk money. You are not bound to pay anybody chalk money. There are some duties that a husband has to do. Your husband has to pay school fees, give you chalk money for to go to Dubai, whatever it is. But your boyfriend is not obliged to do so. And do not expect that. And do not demand that. If you are not married, what business do you have cooking and cleaning for somebody? He should pay a cleaner. I don't know why young ladies, you are in a hurry to go and cook for somebody. You'll be doing that the rest of your life. I kid you not, you'll be picking up after the man the rest of your life. Why are you in a hurry? Are you showing off, trying to impress him? Don't do that. So remember that you are not married. There are responsibilities of a woman in the home for when they are married. There's no need to start practicing. You'll be sick of it very soon. There are responsibilities of a man when married to provide. You are not yet married. And there's also sexual intercourse for when you are married. You are not yet married. So that's an absolute no. Standards may have changed, but God's word has not changed. Standards may have changed, but God's word has not changed. Remember that. And then also do watch out for warning signs in the relationship. You can't change someone. So you are in a relationship and you think this, your man likes girls too much, is flirting too much, you keep asking him about it and say, oh, nothing. The same way you behave when you are married. Your man right now is very stingy. You see, also make sure your expectations are realistic. He's not supposed to be paying school fees. But with the 100 cedis he has, you realize that he's a bit too stingy or expecting you to provide for all his needs. So don't expect the person to change. I know somebody who has had issues. In fact, even they are divorced now. And I was like, but this person, before you were married, I knew the person. I knew that the person was very stingy and always making you pay for this, making you pay for this. This person used to do this. Now your complaints and reasons are because he's stingy and he doesn't provide as he should. And I said, but even I saw that. Didn't you see? Oh, I thought that when he becomes married, he will live up to his responsibilities. maybe he has a habit of always going out late and coming. You think that because he's married to you now, he's going to be coming home early? No. So you can't change people. Watch out for warning signs. If you are happy with what you are seeing, fine.
Let me just talk about a few things. So please, that notion that it's not possible to abstain from premarital sex, it is not true. It is very possible, and it is possible. If you want to ask for example, this is example. It is possible. And not think that everybody is doing it. No, not everybody is doing it too. That everybody is having premarital. No. It's not everybody who is doing it. A lot of people are keeping themselves pure. And so it is possible. And God's, like my wife said, God's word has not changed. That is it. Please, it is possible to stay without crossing that line. So right from the beginning, decide that we will not do it. Right from the beginning, decide that we will not do it. If that agreement is not there, and she is being like, oh, maybe one day, let's try and see, it means it shouldn't work. Once you can't agree on that, please advise yourselves, go your separate ways, because it means it will not work. Another thing I want us to talk about, well, she talked about that already, money. Money. The more you have as a man. I mean, the thing about men is that sometimes it's good to do show small. Me, I was not working. My father would give me pocket money. I was still using for the pocket money too. But I had something to do her show once in a while. Okay? Once in a while. But you and the girl are still in taxi. The money is time to pay. They are looking outside. No fear. And like, these things will not change. So as a man, learn to give. But we are not going to be. And the women to don't expect that young girls of today don't enter a relationship that I'm entering a relationship for the man to look after me. You are not coming there for the man to look after you. You are not his wife. It's after you become the wife, then you can decide that I won't do anything. Take care of me. Even that. Also, if it's somebody who, right from the beginning, agree that we will have house help or will not have house help. If we will not have house help, then let us agree that we will all wash the plates. Not that we will not have house help and you will sit there that you will wash the plates. You will not have house help, but the man will say that I don't eat food that as actually. Every time I'm eating, my wife should cook fresh food for me. I don't eat food in fridge. No. So please, if you would agree that we will not have house help, then agree that we would all do the work together. We agreed that we'll have house help. So the house helps were there. At a point in time, we had to let go of the house help. And so it was agreed that any morning I will go and hand the things that we have washed. Even though I have to hurry up and go to work, there are things that we have washed. I will go and hand them out. Because who should go and do it? She's even as busy as I am, sometimes even more busy. One thing, if you're in a relationship or you are partner and the man slaps you one, pack your things. Don't even let him slap you. No, wait. Let him even raise his hand like this and then throw a mess. That is it. That is it. I'm serious. That is it. Relationship that the man will hit you. That is it. That is it. I had a patient. The husband beat her and stepped on her leg and her fingers were broken. We had to take her to theater and put pins in her finger for the finger to straighten out. So the next time she came, I asked her, so the man who did this to you, where is he? When I woke up, he was still asleep. You are still lying you are still lying on the same bed with this man. Today, he has broken your hand. Tomorrow, he will break your neck. That is, I don't give you bad advice. But don't wait and enter the marriage that, after, now he's beating me because we are not married. When we are married and I'm wearing his ring and I'm paying his children, that is when he have more rights to beat you, because now he has gone to pay. He has bought you from your father, so now he can beat you like his own child. So please, once slap comes in, or there's a threat of, for the men too, both people do it. But for the men, if the person you are in a relationship with, your girlfriend, is able to insult you as your pain. Now you are concepting that you are in a relationship, and then you marry somebody who is seeing you as concepting. So verbal abuse. The thing about a man is that if the man wants to be respected, no matter what his position is, no matter, give him the respect in the marriage. But if, as a man, you are in a relationship with this girl and she's good at insulting you, sometimes when she insults you, whilst you're playing, you are thinking about it this one, and then he said, when we get married, it will change. And it's also the same way. In fact, the men who insult their wives, come on, the US. The men who insult their wives, they can insult their wives and make the wife feel like, just said, she's the most useless thing that is ever. Look at other women. Once physical or verbal abuse comes in, please, it's a no. And also, they should tell the truth, whilst they are caught. Papa, my uncle. Papa, my uncle. Some people have even gone to show that my papa and mommy, because they are shy of who their mother is. So they are putting somebody, mommy. Meanwhile, your mother is there. They should tell the truth. Because how long, after you marry for a car, realize that, Sana, this is not his family. The things he's been saying about himself, they are not true. 37, Obi Wari Obi. A certain lady married a certain man at 37. Apparently, a soldier. The woman wanted to marry soldier, so she married soldier. After the wedding, then she found out that you're a cleaner. No, how long can you lie? No, how long will you lie now? It's open, why she camouflage. But she camouflage, no, they were soldier, scam home. When you later find out that it's not a soldier or a cleaner. This is a big one, but sometimes we talk small lies to impress the woman, trying to impress the lady that, no. Be honest. When I was a child, I used to go and sell floats. I was selling by the roadside. That is where I have come from, and I've come to reach where I am. If you are shy of that, then you can leave me and go. But I won't tell you that, we are. No. Let's be honest with who you are, be honest with where you are coming from, be honest with, and Obi, if you are going to promote, no, if we need back. Hey, can you get that you're promoting your group? I guess that is up. Indeed, there are any questions?
Yes, please give it up to them. They can take your seats.
The interesting thing is that after marriage, the first anniversary is called Pippa. paper anniversary. The second anniversary is called cotton. Paper and cotton, they bend easy. The third anniversary, I think, is leather. Fourth anniversary is wood, which bends. So after you have gotten married, the first few years are the most dangerous. Yet what awareness, so no, that is when the marriage is as unstable as forever. Especially if your wedding, you went to borrow. I know somebody who did wedding 4 years ago, 2020. Up to now, he's paying. Because or the papi kawa, no abeji kawa hono debetia papi. Then this man will start chasing him. Now I check usika no debetia. Then you two will start worrying him. So for 4 years now, he has not finished paying for his wedding. And when the wife has heard it, will she be happy? So first year, paper, cotton, leather, wood. I think first 1 year, I've forgotten. 6th wedding anniversary is iron. So as you are going, then it is becoming stronger and harder. So please, it's when you marry first, initially, that's when you are a little shaky. But even the 20 years, still, I'm still being taught that don't do this, don't do that. So that is what you get to know each other, and daily, every time, whilst you are caught and try and understand each other. And so when Liverpool is playing football, nobody will come and ask me any question. Nobody will come and ask that. The look she's giving me is that you are talking too much.
Please let's give it up to them. Matthew chapter 5 verse 37, Bible says that let your yes be yes and let your no be no. Uniska. One go school da. So one conference man. Thank you very much. We would want to enter into Q&A sessions. This is how we are going to do it. We have a lot of questions from our consultants. Some of the questions were sought after even before the program. We would want to employ ourselves that because of time, if your question is here, please do not ask. We'll read it on your behalf. In addition to that, the ones that our consultants give us. But if you don't have good. So we will take 3 at a point and then they will answer. So some of the questions were sent to them, and then in the course of their delivery, they've done due diligence to all the questions. But at this point, I know you are very much interested to ask a lot of questions. Please don't be shy. If you think you are shy, you can just WhatsApp me, send me the questions, and then we would ask on your behalf without mentioning your name or without anybody seeing your face. Maybe actually we want to take the first 3 questions.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm sorry. My question is, can I be in a relationship and still be crashing on someone?
Cash. That is number 1. Yes, please. They will answer. I want to take 2 more and then they will answer the 3. Make to me our relationship. Crash for this one. Yes, please. Assistant.
I'm a good girl. So you said something about understanding each other, and the person should be a Christian, and they're not necessarily going to church every Sunday. So let's say this partner, you have a partner who believes that sex after marriage. But the answer to
In fact,
but this person likes the sex before marriage. But maybe you still, like you said, the connection is there. How can I be with you and not feel anything?
We beg, please let's allow them to ask. We beg, please.
We are looking from a man. That person wants it to go further, wants it to do better than you are now, wants it to get a better place. Like you said, where you find yourself, where you work. Everything one way. No, okay, fine, you can be doing this, but we have the good intention. The third one is just the one we are breaking. So that one is
Please, the question to everyone. Yes, please, we will take Brother Eddie. He raised his hand first before Brother Smith. Then we can do that.
Okay, thank you very much. There's this instance whereby you don't want a lady who doesn't want to speak English, right? Because let's say you're working and then you have this family management thing at your company. Now if your wife will cheat and then your friends will be like, you know what wife is. Now we don't make up so at this point, are you going to, what are you going to do? Like, should I just break up with them because I'm sick of home and I said, you're trying to sit on top of home, I don't know.
So please, we'll take the three and then they will answer, they will have to answer them. We will take that. Yes.
Alright, let's start from the back. So, you should be proud of the person you are in a relationship with. If this is the woman you want and she cannot speak English, but you are proud to show her off, then that's fine. But if you know that you are embarrassed about some parts of it, you are not being fair to yourself, you are not being fair to the woman. If you have a problem with it, then don't start. Don't start. If you start the relationship and you realize that you are embarrassed about how the person dressed, how the person walked, or post good, if it's a problem, you can't change the person. You are not a school teacher, you can't change the person. Just call it quits. You should be proud to be seen with your partner. You should be proud to be seen. And if as a woman or if the other partner, you detect that your partner is hiding you or embarrassed about you, forget it. Forget it. It won't work. He's going to go and get a woman that he can show off. So that's a warning sign. Don't start. Can you crush on someone who has in a relationship? You know, even if you told me you were married and you were crashing, I would say you are bored with your marriage and you are crashing on someone. But the relationship, dating, courting time, when everything is great and hot and you see the person in your stomach and the bubbles and all those things, and you are managing to crash on someone, then really, really, you wait till you are married with a person and every day you wake up, you see this person for 20 years. Even that is not necessarily acceptable. But I'm just saying, if at this courting stage your eyes are straying, then you are telling yourself something. Watch out. And then on the issue of sex before marriage, maybe I'll let you answer that. But one thing is, if in your relationship you never break God's command, that one command, and eventually you get married, would you trust your husband with other people? But if during your relationship, he pressured you, you gave in, and you get married, and then you see him and the work wife, would you trust or you be a bit suspicious? You know that when it was the two of you, you broke the rules. It's easier because you know that you broke the rules. After marriage, it's easy for you to imagine him breaking the rules. But if you were able to keep yourselves pure, maybe after marriage you suspect something and he tells you that no, he's not gone this far with somebody, you are more likely to believe because you know that he's had some experience with practicing self-control. But some people give him too much. And I don't know, be real. How many of us like that was the only person? How many people end up marrying the first and only person they have sex with before marriage? It's not likely that once this man has gotten what he wants, he's going to marry you. Really, what is there to look forward to? He's seen it all, done it all, what again? I mean, the only thing you're not going to do before marriage, and that is what is going to give you something to look forward to. So if you've done it all, and look, they easily drop you. I know when you're in the relationship, it's difficult to see. But when you pass that stage and you look, you realize all the people along the way who were doing it, they didn't end up with that person. They ended up elsewhere.
The thing is that people, I mean, there's a general impression that, oh, it is not, let me say it again. There's a general impression that, it's not Obiara is doing something. People are not doing it. It's not as, we are not as lost as people make it look like. And the funny thing that there are people who are shy that they are virgins. They are shy. They are shy. They rather. I want to stand upside down. So don't assume that, oh, it's something that is common, everybody is doing that. No. But even if everybody is doing it, you are a chosen generation. You are a royal priesthood. Be different. One thing, like I said, like she was saying, we wanted to be praying together, but we will not sit in my room in medical school and pray. When my roommate has gone for a weekend and we are in our room, we lock the door and we say we are praying. We go to Dafa Park, and in Dafa Park, big park, fresh air, and we are praying and praying and praying and praying. So don't put yourself in a situation where the temptation would come. If you know that if the two of you are stuck together, you may have that, try. So as much as possible, try and avoid situations where you'll be tempted to cross the line. And right from the beginning, right from day one, agree that we will not do it. We will not do it. I agree. And once you agree on it and insist on it, on a day that he is feeling with you, on the day that you are, this one. So once the two of you agree on it and insist that you do it, please, you can do it. And the blessing is there. When he forces you small, you agreed. After you marry, you'll be saying that, hey, isn't this man forcing her small? Maybe she has agreed to. So,
thank you. Please we take the next part of questions.
Sister Josephine, my question goes to you. In a relation with the secretary, he said that if they are dated for 7 years and they still love themselves, they can still go on and get married. But you and I know that the end result is not good because you may give birth to kids and you see you'll be going through a lot of problems. I have a boss whose brother is facing a lot of difficulties, and to crown it, or they have to go on their separate ways because of we love ourselves. Oh, our parents are saying we shouldn't get married. Oh, we'll go and get married, and then the end result. So he said it because you love, you should go on. You are a medical doctor. What advice would you give to the youth when they are in their relationship, they go to hospital, and this thing comes up? Thank you.
Please hold to take two. If not, I have some questions coming in if I would want to ask. I am 22. And the guy I'm dating is 25. We have been dating for the past 3 years. He gives me all the needed attention that I need anytime I ask. But honestly, he is very stingy. I know he is working and taking salary. But when I ask for money, he gives excuses. Even on my birthday, he doesn't give me anything. Meanwhile, please let me finish. Meanwhile, there is this guy who is just a friend. I don't even ask. I am so much confused. Please, what should I do? My second question. My second question is, I am earning less than my boyfriend. He earns about 3 times my salary. But he keeps asking me for money every day. I don't know what he uses his money for. But at this point, I am getting tired. But I love him so much because he's my first guy. Please advise me, what should I do? Thank you.
So I think they have misunderstood me. I'm just saying that if you've been in a relationship for 7 years, and at the point you come in, you set a date, you come for marriage counseling, and now you find out that these sickle cell issues, it's difficult for you to break up. After these 7 years, I honestly, if I were in those shoes, I don't think I could live in. Maybe you can. But my point was, I said, now, as you are 15, you are 16, 19, before you've eyeballed somebody, go and check and know it. But when you meet, these are some of the issues you discuss as part of your philosophies in life. So from the get-go, if you realize that you are not compatible in that sense, don't even start. And I'm saying that we have examples like the one he gave. People who went ahead and they are having all sorts of marriage problems. There's nothing wrong with the love, but your child is always sick. And hospital costs money. And somebody has to stop working and stay with the child. These things lead to frustrations. And you're always miserable. You see, and then the child dies or not dies and so forth. It can be difficult. We have people going through it. And some of them too, they are doing the best they can and they are managing their situation. So I will always say check as early as possible and discuss it as early as possible before you even make any commitments. And then Diana Nama story. I don't know Diana Nama. Back in the day, you take a newspaper, there's a section. And somebody will ask questions, you know, when you read it, you're like that. This question you ask. So the guy is stingy, he can't even buy you chocolate on your bed. Oh, I don't think I have to answer this one.
I'll say it and say it again. Ladies, don't enter into a relationship that I'm entering because he should take care of me. Every month he should give me salary. What work are you doing for him? And the thing is this, don't be going to the house to be washing for the man. After you wash and you cook and everything, all happens, you are tired. So you lie on the bed. And what are are you bringing about onto yourself? So please, you are not entering a relationship for the man to look after you. That he should be paying you salary, he should be buying things for you. But the man, as a man, try. Occasionally, like I said, occasionally, do show. If you take drug, it's your. So you have to do your susu. You have to do your susu. You have to do your. You have to be doing your susu such that every time you take drug, you know that whenever you take her out, you are going to take drug, you're taking time, you are doing both or Uber, you will pay. So balance your. But if maybe one day by God they say that, oh, today let me pay. They say, oh, okay, pay. But it is you to pay. So as a man, you should learn to be given. But you see, if you have a man who is being stingy. Oh, he'll change. Oh no, he'll change. Don't think that after you are married, he's not taking care of anybody. He's not taking care of anybody. He's being stingy. He's taking care of only himself. He's being stingy. Then when the children come and you have to buy diapers, buy food for children, pay school fees, that's when now you'll be throwing the money. No, you'll be more stingy. So please. And the man too, if you are being stingy, and another man comes to carry and go, is it her fault? No, it's not her fault. So please, men, learn to be given. But our advice that if the person is stingy, advise yourself. No, advise yourself because he will not change after you are married.
Thank you. I was actually going to say that when you notice certain characters, you're not too comfortable, it's actually going to get worse. So if you think you can handle it, you know what you are getting into, then that's fine. But if you're not comfortable with these traits you are seeing, multiply it by 10. That's how it's going to be in the marriage. But also be wary of men who are showering you with too many gifts. It clouds your judgment. You really believe for the next 50 years of your marriage is going to be showering you with gifts. Wake up. It's probably showering you with gifts because he needs something from you. So watch out, it should be practical. And then I think for the men to watch out for women who always want you to pay and all that. As a man, God said he's going to give you a helpmate. So you also want to go for a woman who is helpful, who is industrious. So if every day we are moving together 7 days a week, and the man pays 4 times, then the lady too, she should offer to pay 2 or 3 times. So also look for a lady who is also prepared to spend a little on you. It shouldn't be one way. I mean, a lady too, if you say, oh, today I'm paying for lunch, and then he says, no, you pay for try it. But I think as a woman, one of the attractive qualities men would be, the economy is hard. So the men also want women who can put some bread on the table. Okay, I suggested one time I stopped doing some work. He said, no. Let me sit down.
Thank you. Please, any more questions? Interesting question keeps coming in. I would want to read about 3 of them, then we'll take the last one and we are done.
Okay.
Please, how do you tell your partner about his body odor? That's question number 1. And then the second. Oh, okay, there is a similar question here. This one is also talking about odor, but the one coming from the mouth. So we will deal with it one. Second question, please. If you are a person who values your partner and keeps pushing your partner to go the extra mile, and then they keep failing you, should you continue pushing them? And this person is talking about a relationship not less than 5 years. So he or she is hoping that after 5 years here, we will be ending in marriage. But you keep pushing them and they get to the point and then they leave. What do I do? Let me pick the third question. I am not a virgin. But he is. He claimed he is. We both agree that in this relationship we will not have any intimacy with each other. But I'm afraid that eventually when we marry, he will not be able to satisfy me. I expect that at least once a while, once I'm with him, because let me find a nice way to say it. Once I'm with him, you should see some signs that indeed he is a man. But these things are not happening. What do I do? Please, we can take this step by step.
I think there should be honesty. There should be honesty. And your relationship should be such that you are not shy to be honest with the person. You speak the truth, but speak the truth in love. So if the person has a problem with body odor, you should be able to tell the person. This is not a classmate, a friend. This is the one. Okay, and people are associating you with him, and you are proud of him, and all. If this is a problem, and the person may not genuinely realize. So you are the one to tell him. You're supposed to be watching his back. The same way, if you were smelling, wouldn't you want him to tell you? If you've eaten and you have food here, you go into public, wouldn't you want him to tell you? So likewise, the only thing is speak the truth in love. So say it, not, you are saying it to correct the person, but not to make the person feel bad about themselves. And the halitosis to the bad breath. Maybe it's a medical problem. You point it out to the person. Some people too are chewing garlic and stuff, and it's because they believe it's for some health reason. Garlic and things, or you want to eat something with onion, and the person may not be aware, so you draw their attention so that they may change these habits. But remember also that you cannot change somebody. So certainly draw their attention, suggest what they can do, ask them what deodorant do you use. You may find that he's using Nivea. Then you may say that you've heard that Sure deodorant is very, very helpful. If I may, you see this handsome young man here. When I met him, he had shaved bumps, you see, which bothered him, and I thought about it, I investigated, and I realized that there's something called razorless shaving cream. So the shaved bumps is not his fault, but some people's skin reacts to shaving with the shaving stick. So I discovered this one and actually bought it for him. Try this and let's see. And for the past 20 years, I've not been any shaved bumps. Okay? So he also took it in good faith, tried it, and very excited with it. You see. So maybe you may discuss it. If need be, go and buy the Sure. The Nivea doesn't work for some people. Perhaps you've heard that Pepsodent is better than Colgate. You can advise him to try that. But you see, some people don't really care. And if you know you cannot live with this, it's not going to get any better. And you've tried getting him or her to see and work it out, and it's not happening. It's not by force. There are others out there, but try and say it in love.
Also, I said, so if your brother, it's easy for you to tell your brother than to tell your friend. So if you are in your house, your sister is having bad breath, your sister is having bad body odor, it's easier to tell your brother or your sister. But you leave them and they go, and now it has become somebody's headache. It becomes somebody's prayer topic. He's praying about it. Meanwhile, you could have told your brother, or you could have told your sister. So whilst in the house, I mean, if your brother or your sister has this problem, it's easy to say it in the house than to let them go and then a friend, sometimes it's difficult for friends or boyfriend or girlfriend to say this to you that you are smelling or you have bad breath. It's difficult. But if your sister, you are in the same house, you find it, it's easier to tell it. So don't leave them to go and then go and hit the wall and it becomes somebody else's problem. So that's one quick advice I want to add.
So you keep pushing your partner to go the extra mile. See, at the end of the day, you need to respect the person, be proud of the person. So if he's not getting it, he may never get it. You can't create a new human being. You can't change the person. And sometimes too, you feel like, even specifically with marriage, we've been going out for 5 years. What are you waiting for? Let's make the move. You are the one always suggesting and pushing for it, and the person is not biting. Maybe the person is not ever going to make that move with you. So honesty. So when there are issues, you want to talk about it. And then give the person a chance. And another chance, a few more chances. But you realize that honestly, this is not going anywhere. Just throw in the towel. Not because of 5 years you've invested. The 5 years may turn into 10 years and you still don't get the results you are being encouraging or pushing for.
Then so the reason why people always talk about wanting to have premarital sex is that they want to try and ensure that what they are taking to their house is quality. But it also boils down to the fact that people are not honest. Because I know a situation where the lady had both tubes tied. She didn't say anything. After they got married, that she said that. Both tubes. She had ectopic pregnancy in both sides, so she had lost both tubes. After they married before, since it's for better for worse, I'm now telling you. They were trying, then she now has to. Or we have I once had a patient, when he came, let me digress a little. When he came and we did the test, we realized that there was no way he can make any woman pregnant. There was no way he would make any woman pregnant. And he knew it, but he had 3 children. And he was telling me that when the wife brings it, I am through. But he doesn't want them to find out that he has the problem. Okay. So it's for you to be honest. So if you have a medical problem, you see, when you have a medical problem, that's all part of in cotton, be open and frank as possible. I may not be answering this question, but it just brings me to something. If you have a health condition, it's better you let your partner know that, please, this is the health condition I have. I have a problem. I've had ectopic. I have lost 1 tube. I think you should know. Or when I was a child, I had an infection, and my testes, I have 1. If you know that the man has 1 testis and you, because of love, you still stay with him. But don't hide it, and then after the wedding day, you now come and say that we said for better for worse. So now let me tell you. So it comes to the fact that let's be open. It may not be diseases that have to, or sickness that have to do with sex, your sexuality per se. But whatever disease condition you've been having, let the person know. You have diabetes, and early onset diabetes. He should know, or she should know. You have a problem with when you have a wound, you bleed or you don't heal very quickly. Pass the message on and let the person decide that in spite of all this, I will still stay with you. And that is even a show of real love. That in spite of this your situation, the person has decided to stay with you. You know that the person is really in love with you. And then if you say and then the person wants to pack and go, fine, the person can go. Now, and the rice, he has gone away with his rice water. And you are free. You are safe now. But I'll still insist. So you are in this situation where you are not seeing anything. You spend time with the guy, you are not seeing any signs of any movement in his trousers. And ask him. No, ask him. I'm not saying we should have sex, but I've realized that you, no matter what I do, or whatever situation we are in, nothing is moving there. Is everything okay? Maybe he would now think about it that, or maybe he doesn't know that something like that has to happen. Then you can go and then you can now look inside yourself and see whether as a man, what is called morning glory happens to you. In the morning when you wake up, maybe he doesn't know that that's what should happen. So by you asking such question, you now start investigating. It doesn't mean that because you are not saying it, go and try it and see. No, there's no reason to. Just ask him that. I've noticed this about you. Is everything okay? Or if you're a man and you notice something about you have not ever heard that you are having your period before. Then she says, oh, I've been having it by knowing you don't know. That's fine. But you are with somebody for 2 years. Until that day, I'm going to buy pad or you look inside her bag, pad is inside her bag, or ask questions that maybe something is amiss. But it doesn't mean that because you are not comfortable, go and try it. That's not the point. Ask him. Maybe Onaka said he doesn't know that there's a problem.
Thank you very much. We are drawing the curtains to a close. Just last two, then we are done. Please remember our time is fast spent. We can't answer any of the questions again. If anything, you will contact. But we would like to acknowledge some few people we invited who are here. As Women's Fellowship is leaving, we want to say thank you very much for coming. Please let's clap for them. Women's Fellowship, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are grateful. Thank you so much. We also invited our Women's Fellowship. If you are here, you can also give us a break. Please, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you. Comes to ATU. Please, we invited them to give us a wave. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We are grateful. Gamsu MUJ, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Especially Gamsu Accra Diocese, and I mean the officers who are here. We are grateful for your presence. Thank you. Last two. Please, I would like to know, since you said we cannot change anyone, I am with this guy. Before I met him, or whilst we were friends, he used to do a lot of things. For example, drinking, smoking, going to the club, and then all that. But since I met him, I advised him, I've been praying for him, and I've seen a lot of improvement in him. He doesn't go to the club again. I don't see him smoking. He doesn't do majority of the things that he does, even though he does few of them. Please, should I go ahead with him, or I should still advise myself? The last question is one of the questions that created a lot of controversy on our page. The difference between dating and relationship. There has been a lot of discussion on the MY platform, and those of us following can attest to that fact. Additionally, since dating is often considered as getting to know each other, stage or compatibility stage before making a commitment, is it acceptable or right for someone to date multiple people at the same time? These are the last questions. Thank you very much, if it is clear.
So the last question, maybe you have to answer relationship expert. I'm not a relationship expert. We are not relationship experts. I think your debate is dating is you have made a commitment, and the relationship is you've made a commitment. I don't know about dating multiple people at the same time.
Thank you.
I don't know about that.
You cannot serve two masters.
Try one after the other.
No, but it's and we are different. We are different, but it's so common in Christian organizations where Kofi is dating like 3 girls, and they all don't. He's dating 3 of them, and sometimes they know, and then now when you come for meeting, 3 people are not talking. You don't know why they are not talking. Oh, because one man has said that he's playing with the 3 of them. No.
All in the name of casting net wife.
One thing we should have said, or let me repeat, is that when you're in a relationship with somebody, or when you're in a relationship with somebody, let everybody around know that this is my lady, or this is my guy. Let people know. But when you are hiding it, it means you have there's some bad intention somewhere. It's better you let everybody know. And so that is why if you let everybody know, you can't let everybody know that you alone. There are 4 girls here who you are dating. The idea of dating is that you are getting to know the person. And as you get to know the person and get to be close to the person, then you will enter a relationship with the person, work on to marriage. But you have decided that you are chasing 4 people, and then along the line, you do pick an act and choose one or one. Let me answer the other question with an example. So during my days at Joyful Way, we had one lady. She brought this guy, and when we were doing prayer meeting, the man is praying some. We are fasting. We meet for fasting. The man comes for the fasting. We are going for crusade. Now come home. We are carrying instruments. The man is carrying the instruments. They got married at the wedding. Joyful Way wedding is we came to play at the wedding. Well. After the wedding, the man said, "Hey, Mama, pray." I want to come back with you. She said, "Mama, pray." He went back to his. He has gotten what he wanted. He said he should stop drinking if he wants to marry you. So he has done all that. He has stopped. Now he has married a girl, and he went back to his old ways.
Oh.
That was the condition. I say, "Hey, what Mama pray? Small Maria, I'll marry you. Look at how I'm suffering." He's Grandma praying. And before you realize, he went back to his ways. Going to town in the night, drinking, coming back drunk. So it's difficult. It's difficult to say that you want to change somebody. Let the person change before they come. But don't take them on and say that I'm changing them. It's difficult for them to change in that way. So I hope we've answered all of your questions. And let me repeat that it is not something to be undertaken unadvisedly. It has implications on whether you go to heaven or you don't go to heaven. If you get married to somebody who is always going to be insulting you and making you feel miserable and making you get angry and cursing God, you're going to get married somebody who is going to encourage you with godly living, or you're going to get was it last year or 2 years ago where somebody married and then they was calling himself God Papa? Do you remember that case where he married a very good guy, good boy. His mother said he was a good boy, and all worried. my girl will be now, he was calling himself God Papa. The wife would he didn't hear that right. The wife will use her toilet and cook and give it to him to eat. Hey, oh, and he was calling himself God Papa. To the extent that at the point they were eating their children. They got to the extent where they were now cutting up their children and eating their children. All because of who they got married to. So, relationship and marriage, please, it has deep implications. So it's not just you come and you see somebody, oh, he's nice, so no. There's a lot behind it. And it's my prayer that this should turn out to be a time well spent. At least, if you forget anything at all, remember that I said that prayer. Like I started praying about my wife, started praying about my children. Many years ago. I had no idea. When I was married, I didn't have any picture in mind that, but God knows all. And we thank God. Amen.
Please, we can do better than this. We want to say a very big thank you to Dr. and Mrs. Doctor. I told you from the beginning that when you have two people taking the same path, their ideologies, their focus, their direction is one. And you could realize that they've done a lot of due diligence to the topic given to them today. Please, let's add another round to them. Thank you very much. Please, some members will want to have just about 5-10 minutes personal question sessions with you. So please, when we close, because of the time, don't keep them waiting. Doctor and doctor, normally, they don't spend a lot of time. So quickly, we want to take our offering and close. That is the only thing that is left for us. But then it is important that once we are in the season of love, if you came with your partner, we do Kufiniama. So if someone invited you and then you were a guy and then the person is Ajua, please be kind enough to give for Monday. So we invite Brother Budu Manuel and then they can help us to take our offering. We'll do Kufiniama quickly. We have to do this in less than 5 minutes so that we can leave here. Please, when you hear your demon, quickly come and give, and then at the end you will know that on this day, things we do for love, it is this demon that actually won't get on us.
Hallelujah. Let's be on our feet, please. Say that. Oh, okay. Once why you more Christ story about. Once why you more Christ story. It's why once why you more. Sunday, right?